Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Freddie Gibbs. And we're going to be talking about Benny the Butcher. Now, for those of you who don't know, Freddie Gibbs is a rapper from Gary, Indiana, man. He's doing big things out here. He's on tour right now. He's got a nice following, man. He's got one of those independent followings most rappers dream of, you know? He's got mainstream kind of success and people have liked him and he's been up for like Grammys and things of that nature. Dude gets a lot of love in the rap game, you know, especially from the industry. But it seems like, especially when it comes to New York rappers, he's got a bad track record of allegedly getting into fights and allegedly getting beat up and allegedly getting jumped. And today is one of the same. Now, there's a story out there, and I should say it's a rumor, because they're saying that Freddie Gibbs done got jumped on again, man. Now, the last time we talked about Freddie Gibbs, it was because him and Jim Jones allegedly got into it in a Miami restaurant, man. It was said that him and Jim Jones were in a restaurant down in Miami, and then next thing you know, they walk into the restaurant. It's like this super upscale, swanky restaurant, too. And, all whatever breaks out. And Freddie Gibbs ends up catching the bad end of the beats, Then we had a rumor today with almost the same thing happening with Benny the Butcher's crew, allegedly, but at his own concert. This is crazy, man. Now, before we get to the specifics and break down this story, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this Freddie Gibbs situation, man. Now, I'm going to preface this whole story by saying this, man. I like Freddie Gibbs, man. I thought that Alfredo album that he dropped was dope. I thought all the promo and stuff that led up to that and, all the merch and stuff that he put out, like he's a creative dude, man. He likes to do different things, and it seems a little way out sometimes, but it's been paying off. I mean, you might have seen Freddie Gibbs even on your TV. He's on that show on the Stars Network called Power, man. So, man, no promotion or anything like that. I'm just saying, dude is getting a lot of love out here, and he's really talented. So there's no diss to Freddie Gibbs, because it's going to come off harsh, because dude keeps getting beat up allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say allegedly because I wasn't there and I don't know this for a fact. But there's a story from XXLMag.com where it says this in the headline. It says, photo surface of Freddie Gibbs with apparent swollen eye following rumors of altercation with Benny the Butcher's associates. Now, for those of you who are wondering, Benny the Butcher, who's that? Benny the Butcher gained notoriety in the rap game as part of the Griselda Collective, man. Him, Westside Gunn, and Conway the Machine being rappers from Buffalo and having like this traditional gritty sound of rap, that was kind of had disappeared. It was almost the original New York hip hop sound, and being able to blend that with modern beats, but while still keeping it gritty. You know what I'm saying? And they were highly successful. And, they've got a nice fan base of their own. They've got a nice following and, fan base that follows them around as well. And Benny the Butcher and Freddie Gibbs, for all intents and purposes, I always thought they were cool until I guess just one slight, in front of, and we'll get to that. So let's start off the story. Now, the story starts off by saying this. It says photos of Freddie Gibbs with an apparent swollen eye have surfaced online following rumors that the Indiana rapper had an altercation with associates of Benny the Butcher. Now, Benny the Butcher comes from Buffalo, New York, as said before, and it looks like Freddie Gibbs was in Buffalo last Saturday on the 14th of May. Now, he was scheduled for a performance as a part of his Space Rabbit tour when he was allegedly attacked by purported associates of Benny the Butcher. Now, Tory Rogers, a music artist from Buffalo, New York, allegedly witnessed the attack, rumored at Dinosaur Barbecue Restaurant, and recounted the incident on his Twitter account on Saturday. Now, these are the tweets that this guy had put out there, and I see them making their rounds, and I'm guessing he's an artist on his own right from Buffalo, right? Now, the first tweet, he says this: I just saw Freddie Gibbs get beat up and his chain took while I was eating in Buffalo, New York. And then it had at Freddie Gibbs, at Academics, at World Star, and so on, right? And he probably added Academics because, DJ Academics and Freddie Gibbs, they don't see eye to eye for the most part, I don't believe. I don't even think they've even made up since then or, squashed it. But for a while, they were going back and forth at each other. So, he was probably just trying to put it out there as news. Now, he continued by saying this. He said, chain off in video. Basically, as a continuation to his last tweet, letting it be known that his chain was taken off and all that. Now, Freddie Gibbs has a chain that's a pendant that he recently got, only like a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even like a month or so ago. And it's like a bunny rabbit, and it's a special made pendant. And it's kind of like the emblem for his tour as well, I believe, right? And apparently, according to what this guy said, I should say allegedly, what this guy is saying that chain got took. Now, he also continues by saying this: Freddie Gibbs was running and his security didn't help. Now, what kind of security is that, man? Like, Freddie Gibbs, according to this guy, was running and his security didn't even jump in to help him. You're fired. You know what I'm saying? You're fired, dog. Like, what in the world? What kind of world? Why am I paying you? You know what I'm saying? This is why people be having homeboy security, because they know at least they homeboys want to get into something, you know what I'm saying, and prove their self-worth. But if you paying security and they not helping, that's a big L, man. That's a big L. Now, he also said this in a tweet, that it was bad. Just letting it be known that it was a bad look, you know what I'm saying? It ended up bad. Also, he said, video coming soon, chain gone. And he was actually retweeting somebody that said, this Gibbs and Benny beef is very real. Now, somebody on Thin Ice had tweeted that out, and he replied by saying, video coming soon, chain gone. So obviously, he's going to release a video of Benny the Butcher actually allegedly getting the beats and his chain took. And he finished off by saying this. He says, Freddie Gibbs, well, he misspelled it. He said Gabs, but he meant Freddie Gibbs. Chain was snatched doing the video. Tell DJ Act to hit me up. Then I'll upload the video. Everybody tag him. So he was trying to get academics information, or try to get in contact with academics, because he knows that he would love to put this video out of Freddie Gibbs getting beat up. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to get this to him. You know what I mean? So I see what he's doing there. But, man, we'll see. We'll see how that pans out in the future. And, academics will probably post it if he ever gets it, man. Now, on Sunday, May 15th, photos surfaced online of the Gibbster eventually performing at his Buffalo show, but with a swollen eye. It appears the bandana creator was wearing a baklava, aka mask, to cover up his injuries. Swipe to check the photos. And so they want you to check the photos out. And unfortunately, man, YouTube would tag me if I tried to show that, especially if it's anything really bad, so I really can't post that. But we'll see what we can do, man. Maybe get something in here. Now, as far as Gibbs' chain being snatched, the rhymer refuted those claims in an alleged text screenshot. Whack 100 also spoke about Gibbs allegedly getting his chain snatched while he was chatting on Clubhouse. And it goes on to say, Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher have been verbally sparring with each other for the past few months, with Gibbs trolling the Griselda rapper on social media. Their feud initially started when Benny claimed that a possible collaboration with Gibbs, in quotes, came and went during Spotify's Most Necessary live interview. Gibbs took offense, and they have been poking fun at Benny and even mocking his November 2020 attempted robbery incident where the rapper was shot in the leg. Now, you guys might not remember that, but Benny the Butcher was in H-Town. It just seemed like for like an extended weekend or something like that, and he ended up getting robbed and shot in the leg, man. It was crazy story. He was like outside of a Walmart or something like that. So it looks like all that is what led up to their feud. That's what led up to, the problem between these two rappers. And allegedly, man, Benny the Butcher and them, they was like, yo, you in our hometown? And they sent the goons at him. I don't know if this is true or if this is real, but either way, it's not a good look for Freddie Gibbs, because it seems like he's always getting in these type of situations and catching the bad end. Now, with that, what do you guys think? Do you think this is a rumor, or do you think that eventually this video will come out and it's grown legs too much for it to be fake, and we'll just see? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.